Hey everybody, it's CR with Everyday Life in Arizona. Today's repair is much easier than I thought it was going to be. If you have a Roman style tub like this, where the valves are independent and the handle simply comes off, the repair is not that hard. It does not require to replace the cartridge unless it's leaking or hard to turn, and mine is neither of those. The handle just came off. And as I dug into it, it didn't take me long to realize that the repair is really not that hard. Sit back, relax, hang out with me for a few minutes, and I'll show you how I did it. All right, I'm not sure how to film this, so I'm just going to sit in the tub because that may be the best, and I want you to have a good view from this angle. Again, this guy just popped off, and I thought, oh man, I've got to replace the cartridge. But I started by pulling this top piece off right here, this little trim piece. Comes right off with your fingernail or with a small flat blade screwdriver. And I looked and I did not see a loose screw in the top. I thought, well, surely the screw comes from the top, you tighten it up, and I'll be able to hold it back on. But there's no screw in there. So then you look down in here, and this little white trim piece comes out, no problem. And you can see, and I'll show you with a camera view in just a second, the stem that this fits on has little grooves on it, but no screw from the top. Well, I know I don't have to go from the access panel or anything like that, and I was aware that these trim pieces just spin off. So I spun this off just like this. And you can see this piece inside, which just comes out. So again, this was in here. And then without this sleeve over it, that's exactly how that thing fits, and it turns. Well, no screw in the top, no screw, no set screw from the side. I'm thinking, where is the screw? Now this is part of the valve that is fixed down here. Now I looked down there and I couldn't immediately see anything. So I did over here on the one that is secured, I took it off. And I'm going to show you. Don't need to, but it'll take just a second here. I thought, okay, well, how is that on there? I looked on the inside, and I'll show you. It is screwed from the bottom up. This white piece right here is being held on this handle that's not loose by a Phillips screw inside. So that confirmed to me that the screw goes up, not down. So I'll put this guy back on. Let me get the position right. And I'm just tightening that down. You don't even need to mess with this brass collar ring or the valve, nothing. Again, unless it's leaking or they say if it's hard to turn, which I did replace a similar valve horizontally in a shower in one of our other secondary bedrooms a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't film that. I should have, because that was much easier than I thought. So anyway, I thought, well, there's got to be a screw down in there, right? So that's what we're going to do. And I looked with a light, and there is a screw that has fallen down back into there. Now I have a solution, I think, on how to get it out. If you have a magnetic retrieval little, I've seen them at Tractor Supply and Northern Tools and Harbor Freight, where that's a little magnetic thing that would fit in there. It's too deep for needle nose pliers to fit. They would not open up. So what I think I'm going to do is take a piece of Scotch tape and wrap it in reverse around this little screwdriver so it's sticky on all sides. And well, maybe I'll do it. My fat finger's in the way. And I'm going to put another little piece of tape. I'm going to extend it. And I'm going to put another little piece of tape to hold it onto the screwdriver. So now I've got this end right here that's sticky on all the sides. Let's see if we can't retrieve that screw. Oh, yep, there it is. There's the culprit right there. Easy peasy. Don't have to mess with anything else. I'm going to put this right back in here like that so it comes out. I'm going to put this trim piece back on. I'm going to put this faucet handle back on. It's grooved. And then I'm going to put this screw back in there. And I didn't bring it with me. Give me a second. I'm going to go get my Phillips screwdriver. We're going to tighten it up. All right, I'm back with the screwdriver. I chose one that's a little smaller. The screw head is Phillips, and it looks to be a little bit smaller, not crazy small. But I've got the screw in there and holding that piece like that, putting that down in there. Piece of cake. I'm going to hold it real firm and tight. I don't want to strip it. Okay, it's good to go. Piece of cake. I did put that trim piece back on, just making sure I didn't forget anything. I can put this little cover back on, no problem. Done. And I may fix that. You know, you can start it anywhere you want it. This is grooved. I'm trying to make it look aesthetically right, where the valves are in the same position on each side, because this spins around it. It doesn't move up here. So I'm going to put that something, maybe a little bit more like that. I want it to go that way, and I'm going to move this one. But you put it there. You don't even have to really hold that. It's not spinning. It's locked into the valve top. Excuse me. Now tighten it up with my right hand so you can see that I'm typically left-handed. And this collar just snugs right up. Boom. Friends, that's it. That was it. I did buy the cartridge thinking I was going to have to replace it, and I did buy a cartridge replacement tool. I returned it back to Home Depot. And I don't want to turn, well, maybe I should turn it on. I was going to say I don't, but I do. Let's see. Let me show you. Get myself out of the way of the water. It's firm. It's tight. I mean, it's not tight to move, but it's solid. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. It's on there. That's a wrap on reattaching the handle to the valve stem as I sit here in the tub. It was much easier than I thought. I was a little bit nervous about it, thought I had to replace the whole cartridge. But pausing for a moment and doing a little bit of research and looking at this handle and how it was put together helped me learn what was wrong with that handle and the fact that it was just a screw that had come loose. I hope that's helpful. I hope that you're enjoying your home and your DIY projects as well. And I appreciate everybody hanging out with me for a few minutes. Take care, everybody. Be well. I'll see you in the next video.